Chapter 4. If at first you don't succeed, rant and rave about it. Thee said no! Once again, a hapless March hare had become the unwilling recipient of Reginald's irrational ranting. On this particular evening, the rant in question was rapidly disintegrating into a full-blown tantrum. Thee said no! A vein was beginning to pulse wildly in his temple. I understand. The besieged bunny was trying to protect his ears by tying them beneath his whiskery chin. Thee said no! I know, Reg. I believe I heard you the first 20 times. The madman was looming over him with an expression of utter terror scrawled across his freckled features. His trademark hat sat askew on his head while his flaming orange coat was now, for some unfathomable reason, being worn inside out. Thee said no! His roar twisted into a panicked screech to match any cat whose tail was ever caught beneath a rocking chair. No woman has ever turned me down before. Why, Ears? Why? What's happening to me? Where have the radishes all gone? Perhaps you were a little too forward. Oh, but you didn't just say no. I was refused. Shunned. Rejected. Authorized personnel only. Do not enter. Au grand merci. Game over. I was spurned, I tell you. Spurned! Ears blinked at him owlishly. The hell? When did he start speaking French? Come now, it couldn't have been that harsh. What exactly did she say? The would-be lover scuffed a toe dejectedly. She said would rather have dinner with the rabid grizzly bear. Or was it a boar? I can't recall too clearly. Shock had addled my memory of the event somewhat. Ouch. I stand corrected. Ears wrinkled his muzzle in sympathy. Artificial sympathy, that is. His thoughts had taken an entirely different path by now. That's my girl, he cheered inwardly. Reginald stared emptily at his companion for a long moment before dropping into a chair and planting his forehead against the tabletop with a resounding thwunk. The almighty hat rolled loose and came to a rest against a gaudy pink teapot. He did not move or speak for the next 20 minutes. It was during this peaceful respite that the hare unknotted his ears and poured himself a cup of tea, hopelessly resigned to wait it out. This! Reginald sat up unexpectedly and almost startled his long-eared friend clear off the table. It was reflecting quite poorly on the power of my seduction. His chair creaked in protest as he teetered back on two legs and casually propped his oversized feet on the tabletop, nimble fingers steepled together thoughtfully beneath his chin. Ears shook his head at the undisputed lord of mood swings. I have a hunch that this isn't going to go the way you would like it to go. I seriously doubt she'll ever allow you so much as an inch. Reg was unmoved. If memory serves me right, that is precisely what you said about Helga. Must I remind you that you said this exactly 2 days before she amosed me and seduced me in my own home? Ears bristled with irritation. What is it with you and blondes, anyway? He received nothing but a scathing smirk by the way of reply. Ugh! Never mind. He waved a paw dismissively. Regardless, I can assure you that this particular blonde is not going to come quietly. Reginald flashed a grin that better suited a shark. I don't intend for her to come quietly. Ears sputtered violently, having inadvertently snorted tea up his nose. A quick change of subject was sorely needed. She's not a fragile flower, you know. She has thorns, and if you are any example, it's quite clear that she knows how to use them. Details, details. Is that it, Reg? Is that what she is to you? A challenge? Of course not, he huffed indignantly. Not entirely, at least. Ears needled him with a reproachful stare. Don't you look at me like that. I intend to romance her to the best of my woefully underpraised ability and investigate the imminent possibility of a long-term thingamwithit. What's it called again? The rabbit sighed heavily. Relationship. You are unfamiliar with the term, yes? A relationship is what happens when you involve more than your libido and stop disappearing with the dawn. A strange concept, I know.
Right. There might be a wee bit of a potential.
Oh, shut it, Reg. That's what I said about your last romance. You said it about the one before that, too. And the one before that, and the one before that. I've been watching you chase skirt after skirt for the last century, and it never fails to the end the same way. You court, you catch, you bed, and then you leave. You have the attention span of a flea when it comes to females, and you damn well know it.
The sharp tone of voice slapped the arrogance right off the hatmaker's face.
That stings. It should. It had to be said. I say this, too. I'm not going to sit on my tail and just watch you reduce a friend of mine to nothing more than another notch in your belt. Go ahead and try your luck with her, if you must. Just keep in mind that I won't hesitate to intervene if I see you resume your old habits again. But this is a rather moot, methinks. She said no, remember? She prefers the company of a bear over you. Rabbit at that. You just can't compete with crazed predators, Reg. Sorry to say, but my money's on the bear. Of course, the bear would likely die of mercury poisoning shortly after ingesting your sorry iris.
Reginald laughed, the tension between the two evaporating in an instant, just as it always did and always would. Have you no faith? You just sit back and watch me work my magic. Gloved hands danced about in an animated emphasis. Persistence is key, my friend. Mark my words. In a matter of days you will be apologizing profusely for that brutal bear comment and swooning into my arms.
Swooning doesn't count if chloroform is involved.
Reginald narrowed his eyes. I've heard that rabbit pelt hats are all the rage in England.
Touché.
As always. Now go. Leave me. I must plot in solitude.
Reg, this is my house.